You are watching Getting Tabled.
Hello, future people, and welcome to the Hobby Bench. I haven't done one of these before, so bear with me. But I said I was going to do this. I'll clear out some stuff here so I got some room. So, in an earlier episode, I talked about, sorry about that noise, paint shaker I got. Well, not necessarily a paint shaker, but nail polish shaker, which will work for paint. Holds a traditional dropper and even can go as big with a large pot of wash from Games Workshop. It is called a Pro Shaker. You can get that to where, yeah. Now, I'm gonna come right out and say this. It is on the pricey side. I got it for about $75 with shipping. They regularly run about $130 with shipping. But shakes your paint. Now, I know a lot of you have done the clamp with the jigsaw blade and shake your paint that way. You gotta hold the jigsaw, you gotta operate it. Jigsaws aren't the quietest thing ever. This guy, on the other hand, see, yeah, we can see that's pretty. Yeah, that definitely needs to be shaken up. So we're gonna throw it in this little guy, and it's just that simple. You just throw it in, clip it in, and then right back here, you can kind of see it, just a little red button. Doesn't shake the table that much. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a noise, but I'm not altering the audio any, and still hear me pretty much okay. It runs for a minute on one button push. Now, while it's doing this, you can do other things. You can come in, set up, get ready to paint with paint you're shaking. Or you can continue to just shake it numerous times if it's been sitting for a very long time and it's metallic. Why I'm using this one is because it's crappy metallic. I have it because I bought it and thought it was going to be good, and it was terrible, so I still just have it. And yeah, here it is. It's a great way to show off paint shaking methods and techniques. And this is going to be the longest minute of me trying to talk and whatnot. I guess not. I'll pop this out, and let's see what it looks like here. Okay, obviously needs another couple go arounds. Okay, so this one may be a little bit of a bad example to use, but as you can see, it is starting to mix it in. We'll go ahead and give it a couple more cycles and check it out. All right, let's check it out now. There. Shake and paint. Okay, that did take a while. That's probably worst case scenario on shaking a paint. Let's see here. This one is, yeah. Okay. So as you can see here, maybe you can't. It's a scale 75 flat black. It is unopened and the pigment has separated from whatever it is that they use to make paint. I don't make paint, so I don't know. So we're going to give this a quick shake. So now, hopefully, I mean, granted, metallics are the worst case scenario because, well, they're metallic. Specifically, especially the Citadel, white caps, because those are actual metallic. Yeah, we'll check that one out here. We'll give this one a quick shake because it's a beautiful gold for cheap. See if I got a... Yeah. We'll do this contrast as well. And... well, I can't think of really anything else that'll show off nicely. Maybe we'll do this yellow one instead. So, all right, so one go through and look at that. It's already kind of remixed in. I don't know how well it shows up. I mean, it is black, so. Anyways, we'll do this one real quick because it's probably not as far off as that other gold was. So give it a shake. And now I know you may think, wow, this is lazy. Just shake it up. In the instance of that other gold, if it takes 12 cycles through, 12 minutes with the shaker. If you're sitting there and you're shaking it and shaking it and shaking it, eventually, it is going to start to hurt your wrist shaking paint like that. You can get a lot of other stuff done in that 12 minutes while you're waiting for that paint to shake. It's not just... I have a lot of paints. Sometimes they sit around for a while, and then they need a lot of shaking. I don't want to sit there. I had the means to get this, and yeah. And I'm just hoping that, if I can help, the few of you out who maybe need, something extra to shake a paint with, help you out some. Let's see here. And look at that. One cycle through, and it's beautiful. All right. Now let's see here. Can we catch this? Yeah. So you can see how there's the separation here. We'll go ahead and flip it over completely, and it's a very dark orange. And it's supposed to be yellow. So, and with these new contrast paints, this could be very useful too, because how long are you going to sit there and shake a contrast paint? Because you have to mix all the pigment up. And I have noticed one of the contrast colors in particular, the Apothecary White, that has got a lot of pigment, and that pigment will sit there and just settle, and you will have to just shake it and shake it and shake it. Personally, I don't want to sit there and have to shake something that long. The other thing too is airbrushing paints. You want to make sure that those are thoroughly shaken and mixed properly so that you don't have boogers to clog up your airbrush and then waste more paint. If you can shake it up and minimize the amount of boogers because it's being shaken properly, then yeah, hey, that's great. And if you can do it while saving your wrist, I think that's even better. All right, let's take a look at this after one shake. So if you notice, that's color separation's gone. If you look, I don't know how well it shows up, the pigment is not sitting on the bottom. I didn't open this one prior to, so maybe we'll... Yeah, that looks pretty well mixed. We'll go ahead and do the Gryph-hound Orange, since I did not... Okay, Gryph-hound Orange. Well, that pretty much looks black. Again, you can see the pigment separation, and a lot of it just sitting there on the bottom. One thing I did find out on accident is make sure you do push the springs back all the way. Otherwise, the little flappy can come loose, and then your thing of paint can go flying. Screw-on eyedropper paint, that may not be so much of an issue. A GW pot, well, that lid could fly open, and you have an even worse situation of spilling the wash. If you haven't spilled your wash, look on Facebook. You can find a spilled wash photo within 5 seconds. Plus, it's just really neat. You push a button, your paint gets shaken. It's cool. Now, the one thing that made me ultimately decide on getting this. Let's check this out now. Yeah, see, pigment is fully mixed. So this is designed to work in a nail salon, mixing up nail polish. It's a very heavy-duty industrial design for lots of repeated use. For the weekend hobbyist, where you spend maybe an hour a night, 2 to 3 times a week, this thing's going to last you for forever. A commission painter, if you go something like this route, it may not last you as long, but as a commission painter, it might save you a lot of headache and grief of you're not sitting there shaking your paint constantly. I mean, go like this for how many times while you're doing a commission job versus I'm going to push the button. $130 regularly. That is a little pricey. Like I said, I got it because I was able to get a good deal on it. But this isn't a cheap hobby. I mean, how much do we spend on one of these? Right? $85. A couple bucks and you can save your wrist a lot of long-term pain and whatnot. Get it, but only if you can afford to get it. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you in the future.